State Buckeyes. UConn will deliver the opening kickoff and will get this game going. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Ohio State's offense will go on the attack first. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. He has the first and still on his feet. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a draw. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Got his man quickly. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. It's a draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He stopped immediately. Second down, he'll throw it. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Connecticut's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Catch in the middle, it's O'Neal. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's O'Neal. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Back to pass, it's Dykes. Makes the catch. And they pick up just a few on that completion. UConn quick to the line. Wants to throw again. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. They bring the punter onto the field now. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. It'll be a draw. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll go right back to it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working that left side now. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now they'll run the draw. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Give to the running back. Breaks the tackle. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Trying play action. Deep shot for the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Got the first down, looking for more. How about that play on the ground? They get him out of bounds at the 34. UConn quick to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Throws to the back. With the catch, it's Sayal. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. First down, 10 yards to go. Caught in the backfield, it's Averill. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Makes the grab. They will score. Touchdown, UConn.
Down close to the goal line. Great job by the tight end on his route for that touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Memphis. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Off the RPO, complete. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. They're throwing for it on fourth down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And that decision will be questioned for a while. To the air, it's Dykes. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
UConn quick to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He tries to take the top off. Touchdown, Huskies! The offense cashing it in on that drive. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. UConn going back to work on offense. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Looking to throw, it's Dykes. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it inside the 30. Open space. Touchdown, Huskies! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Second down coming up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Quick step and go. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Lost one on that last one, it's 2nd and 11. Gives it to the back on the draw. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The run from the shotgun. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets it out quickly. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. To the air, it's Dykes. Snagged in the middle, it's out.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now on second down, the offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Let's see what they've got on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. Gets it past the marker. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They send the tight end in motion. From the gun to give, looking for room. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And the Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Averill. They'll immediately call timeout. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll try to run for it. Nice move to pick up yardage. There he goes. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you?
The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UConn offense goes back to work. They'll open the second half on the ground. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Dykes. Fires to the big fella. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. New set of downs after the completion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. Kick is in the air. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
That wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there, incomplete. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Needs it to keep this drive alive. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to first down. Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And I like the decision to go for it on fourth down. This running back's had some big moments in this game so far, and you're at about midfield, so you trust him one more time. This guy's gotten into a groove. He's been able to make the plays when necessary, and he makes a huge one there.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has it on the doorstep.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job of looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Motion from the back. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now, but it might be too little too late. At least you got the party started.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Florida State is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days when Bobby Bowden walked the sidelines, this has not been a blowout today in Tallahassee. They're up by 4 over North Carolina. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to pass. It's Dykes. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mooney. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. UConn will have to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. He's now over the century mark with 102 yards rushing, and he's closing in on 1,400 for the season. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. On his way back from the 20. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And this one will be stopped for no gain. UConn quick to the line. to the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. UConn will have to punt it away. He's got it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. From the gun, the running back has it. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. To the ground with the back. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Unloads quickly. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They move to the 16. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Go to the end zone. It's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Looking downfield, it's Dykes. Got his man. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. UConn quick to the line.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Looking to throw on 3rd. Uncorks one. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense putting points on the board.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield, you're trying to find an open guy, you're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
Obvious thinking here. Get the 2-point conversion now, and all you'll need is a field goal to tie. Slams ahead. Dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. To the air, it's Dykes. Fires left. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Looking to fire. Makes the catch, it's Mooney. The Huskies want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Hunt is in the air. Makes the catch around the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Soft spot in the middle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. A lot of urgency for this offense.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They booted away on 4th down. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass. Base to grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The UConn offense goes back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Scanning the field, it's Dykes. Throws to the wideout. That's caught. It's Averill. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. Unleashes one deep. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got it in the middle. It's Mooney. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. He wants to throw it again. Lets it fly. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. This UConn offense really has it going. Here's the handoff. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Huskies. And they've moved out front here in the 4th. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Needs this one to push the lead to a field goal. And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's the conundrum for the defensive coordinator. Do you stay aggressive, or do you protect and play a little more conservatively with the lead just a few minutes left? Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Looking downfield on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. A strike downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
What a play call in a 2-minute situation. They find the shot opportunity. They take advantage of it, flipping the field. They've now put themselves in a chance to come back and win this thing.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got his man.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Right on the money. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll throw on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Right down the boulevard. Under 60 seconds to go, and we are all tied up.
Man, that's a big kick. That's a big moment, a lot of pressure. He delivers, ties this football game up late in the 4th quarter.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to throw, it's Dykes. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Pulls it in. It's Mooney. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. He's got it on the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Makes the grab. It's out. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Finds his man. It's Mooney. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. UConn will have to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Complete. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And the line of scrimmage is the 30. That'll leave them a 47-yard attempt and a chance to win the game. Kick is good. The big leg delivers the go back on top. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career in Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.